Hands up this week? Who else? What else? Well, I said that. Bears? So it's a little bit of every. You guys aren't sure? Packers? Oh yeah, I just lost. I've been out here for a while. What is that? Do you ever move? I mean, I didn't even know you were real. I thought. Frank realized that was not the guy to mess with. But like over here, he's moved a little bit. Like you're both doing that thing like we're the bosses, and no, not near you. No, but like that. I think I saw you snicker a little bit once. I was like, that was it. And like people were laughing hard, and at that point he was like, breathe out, and then stop. Well, Frank realized that was a bad situation. I appreciate your professionalism. I just don't know how. They said, yeah, that was the biggest movement you had. I said, I appreciate your professionalism. I do too. Maybe you could have some, Kelly, you know? Every once in a while, I just look over there, and there you were, and it was like, I thought there was a wax figure. Here's a guy who just forgot the rest of his act. Been there, done that. So, let me be clear. It's not that I forgot, I just choose not to remember. And I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. For 9 years, I was on a show called Fox NFL Sunday. I worked with Terry Bradshaw, which was a dream come true for him. And every week, we do a sketch about different kinds of celebrities and stuff like that, talking about football. And every week it was like being on American Idol, and Terry Bradshaw thought he was the Simon Cowell type character of the group. So we did the sketch, Terry like, not funny, Frank, not funny. And after the show, it's like, very funny, Frank, very funny. Like, why can't you say that while I'm on TV? Well, Howie hasn't explained the joke to me at that point. I wish I were kidding. That's an actual conversation. The thing about Terry Bradshaw is you couldn't tell if he's that dumb or if he's just wanted you to think he was that dumb. And by doing that, put him in the power position, right? One time we're having our pictures taken. It's me, Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Jimmy Johnson. We're at the mall, one of those little picture booth things. Not really, just seeing how close you guys are still listening. We couldn't even fit Howie's head in there. You got to put it on panoramic. So we're having our pictures taken. Terry turns and goes, Frank, this is taking forever. This is taking longer than it took Picasso to paint the Sistine Chapel. Terry, I don't think that was Picasso. I'm sorry, Frank. I meant Leonardo DiCaprio. You picked the wrong Ninja Turtle again and even got that wrong TV. A few years ago, I went over to ESPN. And when I went to ESPN, when I first met with like the executives and stuff, they're like, can you do any impressions of people from ESPN? And I was honest with them. I was like, I don't know if there's anybody to do. And then I started watching ESPN more closely for that reason, and I realized there's more characters on ESPN than there are on Cartoon Network. No, it's like The Simpsons over there. It's just great. There's people, you turn on ESPN, I didn't realize not everybody watches that much sports, but the funny thing is, you know people like these guys. Like on ESPN, there's a guy named Stephen A. Smith, all right? And he's a guy, his vocabulary is so much better than mine. I don't even know if he's using the right words. I have to have a thesaurus with me just to know. And even then, I'm looking it up and I'm like, did he really say that to me? They'll ask him a question like, I completely, utterly, and quadrilaterally deny everything. That was just I'm sitting there looking at quadrilaterally. What does geometry have to do with this? And how do you argue with the guy? Come back and like, trigonometrically speaking. You gotta take the sine and the cosine and understand what's going on here is utter and complete symmetry. What do you think about that, Mr. Caliendo? True? My favorite guy by far right now to watch on ESPN is Jon Gruden. And if you don't know who he is, they call him Chucky. And the reason they call him, that's his nickname, is Chucky. And the reason they call Jon Gruden Chucky, because he looks like that killer doll, man. How do you like to go through life with that look on your face? Hey man, how you doing? How are you doing? I'm having a great day. Why do you look like you're gonna melt the earth? He's got kids too. Imagine telling a bedtime story to your kids when you're, I'll tell you what, man, I would not want to be Goldilocks when those 3 bears return. Get some sleep, big guy. I'll see you in the morning. positive guy in the world. That's the thing. I love, man. I love those little things. Do you ever get those candy hearts, man? For Valentine's Day? Be mine. That's directed to the point, man. There was a game, he was so positive, there was a touchdown-ception game. Do you remember that? It was the Green Bay Packers, Seattle Seahawks a couple years ago with the replacement refs. That play happened, everybody was ripping the refs to shreds. But there was Jon Gruden ripping the refs, but in a positive way. Like, I'll tell you what, man, these refs, these are the best bad refs I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen anyone so good at being bad. And like something tragic could happen. Like a piano could fall out of nowhere, crush him. If that happened to one of us, we'd get hurt. A piano falls on Jon Gruden, like, I'll tell you what, man, that piano fell on me, that hurt a little bit, but it sounded pretty cool, and my sinuses are cleared. His nicknames don't make sense either, right? Like it'd be like J.J. Watt. They call him the milkman, because he really delivers the bread. Maybe he should deliver the milk in that scenario, right? And then sometimes you think he's got something, like it's going to make sense. Like they call him the cyborg. And you're thinking, the cyborg? Why? He's half man, half robot. Not even close. They call him the cyborg because he takes deep breaths and he loves Star Trek references. That's just terrible. And people will say to me, he's the new John Madden. I know he's the opposite. John Madden would tell you things you already know. Madden would say things like, hey, that guy's got mud on his jersey. They explain how to make mud. You got dirt over here, you got water over here. You mix them together. Now you don't have dirt or water, you have mud. I think that's how they put the bricks together in Mario World. Still doesn't explain on the phone, but Gruden's actually more like Dennis Miller. If you remember, Dennis Miller did Monday Night Football for a couple of years, and that was way over my head too. He had those references like, that's like Agnon Khashoggi waiting in line for the Matterhorn at Disney World. And even Stephen A. Smith's watching going, I'm incredulous to this entire situation. The thing that's different about Gruden is he doesn't know the references. He has to work through them. It's always, remember when Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was big with Reese going final answer and people being talking through the answer until they got it? But that's what Gruden's like with his partner Mike Tirico. He'll be like, I'll tell you what, man, that play right there, that play was magical, man. I wonder if he went to school to learn a play like that. What was the name of that school Harry Potter went to, Mike? Hogwarts. I'll tell you what, man, I don't care if you're Minerva McGonagall, Albus Dumbledore, or Severus Snape. You're Harry Potter, you're pretty good at the game of Quidditch, man. I'll tell you what, the Gryffindor section understanding that completely. Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, I'm not so sure. That's a guy, man, I'll tell you what, over there in Slytherin, whatever happened to Tommy Riddle, man, he was a great player. But something just went Ryan Leaf for him, you know, man? I'll tell you what, that's what happens. Right about now, Frank realized only 7 people in the entire room will get into Harry Potter references.